Recently, in my work, I came across a Bulgarian truther called Ilenko Angelov, and I thought we'd have a look at him just to see how popular truth is in Bulgaria. Here's Ilenko's Facebook page, but first just let me remind you that I'm not working in my native language, I'm working in Bulgarian, so in the event I make a few mistakes and you follow up on this research, I apologise in advance. I came across Ilenko when I was researching chemtrails and his name came up. He's been organising activism against chemtrails. He's a true spokesperson for clean air. And surprisingly, the mainstream media loves him. I mean, it's nothing like it is in the UK, in Bulgaria. This is the 27th most popular news website in Bulgaria. And then there's a long article about Ilenko here and explaining how he's a trained psychologist, but he gave up an academic career because he wanted to pursue his metaphysical interests. He's interested in meditation. He's talking about the banksters. He's talking about conspiracy theories, and the mainstream are just lapping it up. It's like the equivalent of David Icke appearing on Richard and Judy. Here he is on one of Bulgaria's very popular channels on a kind of coffee program, cafe it's called, talking about HARP and chemtrails.
Става въпрос за разпръскване на тези chemtrails, химически следи. Те съдържат пари, съдържат миниатюрни частици алумини, миниатюрни частици полимери, които дори идиотското обяснение на геоинженери пак.
I mean, I wish I knew what he was saying, but I think I know that I agree with him. And here he is again on Bulgaria's national TV, 107th most popular website here according to Alexa. Here he is on Sunday morning. This is the equivalent of an Andrew Marr programme, I think, talking about the latest in conspiracy theories globally and positive thinking. I think I'm going to have to move to Bulgaria. We're in Google Trends now, and that shows us a search volume for the name Ilenko Angelov in Bulgarian. We can see the build of his career. Coming online in 2009, that's perhaps more to do with internet penetration in Bulgaria than it is his success, but a steady build, and then this wonderful peak here in November 2010. I think he organised the Chemtrails March very successfully, and his ups and downs, but generally on the up. We can see that interest is confined, unsurprisingly, to Bulgaria, and the chief search terms is Ilenko Angelov's site, so people are looking for his website. Google AdWords here tells us that on Google, 6,600, we round that up to 7,000 to incorporate mobile searches, are being conducted for Ilenko Angelov in Bulgarian. Now, that might not sound very much, 7,000 searches a month, but that's probably new people coming into the area, because if you already know about him, you know how to go to his website, you don't need the information, you can just watch TV. So these are probably new people hearing about him per month, and seeing as he's talking about truth, that's not bad. This is Ilenko's website. First it shows his books. He's written quite a few popular books, generally motivational, the recipe for personal success and happiness, things like that. The power of positive thought. He runs seminars, very successful seminars. Here he is. So it's not all about conspiracy, but his work does seem to have a David Icke flavour. Ilenko does seem to talk about all the topics David Icke talks about, the global financial crisis, secret societies, and particularly reptilians. This is what marks them both out amongst truthers who don't deal with this material. Icke has a theory about fourth dimensional reptilian entities, I think, whereas I think Ilenko's reptilians, from what I can make out of what I've read, are more about humans operating from the reptilian brain, so psychopaths basically, but the theories obviously are connected, the personalities are connected within the Bulgarian media, to the extent that when a sculptor recently erected in the Bulgarian city of Varna this statue of dragons, quite a few people signed a petition to get rid of them, saying that dragons were a symbol of evil, they didn't want them around. And I think they're still standing, but there was a big debate about whether or not to get rid of them. Now, one of the reasons Ilyenko is so popular is that Bulgaria scores on the Corruption Perceptions Index 2012. It comes in at number 75, and that's really serious. Corruption is a real concern to Bulgarians, so they're going to be open to ideas about the New World Order and the Illuminati. It's nothing new to them. Another reason is that 60% of Bulgarians are Christians, so they might in theory be open to ideas about a satanic Illuminati or New World Order. There's another 20% of Bulgarians as well who don't classify themselves as religious, and these may well be the people who love, for example, tales of Baba Vanga, the blind clairvoyant who produced lots of prophecies over the last century. They're phenomenally popular, and they may even be into slightly New Age thinking. So it's possible that this is also a market for Ilyenko's ideas. And of course, like any decent truther, he has his haters. You're not doing anything until you've upset somebody, and here's one of them. And by that, I don't mean this man, I mean this website, whose main beef seems to be that there's some connection between Ilyenko's publishers and the work of the Anastasia material, these Ringing Cedars series about an adept, a female adept that was discovered allegedly in the taiga of Siberia, living with wildlife, living this fantastic life, and it's swept through Russia, and this guy doesn't seem to like that. Another of his beefs is that he links Ilyenko to the Vissarion cult in Siberia, which is very clean living, as this video shows.
That I was warned about: no cussing, no tobacco, no alcohol, no meat. I believe it's all vegan.
But if, as this website seems to imply, this guy here, having a good time, is Ilyenko, these cults don't really seem to be having much of an effect on him. And, I'm still thinking of moving to Bulgaria.